Alright guys, this is Jay Corbett of Team Sanctum back.
It's a conspiracy.
Oh my god, I hate you, Connor. We're back at it again with another deck profile, and it's the one that we did before. It is Kaiju Graydles, but this time it's Post-Invasion of Vengeance. And my boy Johnny over here was able to get first place, beat one of them wasn't meta, but beat meta decks. What were those meta decks, buddy?
So the decks I beat today were ABC, Blue Eyes White Dragon, and DDDs.
Which is pretty impressive for Kaiju Graydles, but then again, it's anti-meta cancer if everybody knows how Kaiju Graydles play.
And it is a fun anti-meta cancer.
Alright, so Johnny, let's get to the deck, man. Let's see what you were playing post-Invasion of Vengeance in this bad boy.
Alright, so not much different from the first deck profile we did with it. So we're still at 3 alligators. We're still at 3 of the cobras. And we're still at 3 of the Graydle eagles. Now, I did go ahead and I bumped up Graydle slime. I bumped him up to 2 because I actually want to see him more because I'm running a bigger synchro engine now. So his level 5 being able to tune with my 3s, I get a lot more 8 plays off. So that's very helpful. So he's now up at 2. From Invasion Vengeance, we have our newest member, Graydle Slime Jr. Connor. So, Graydle Slime Jr. Since he's new, I'll go ahead and explain his effect real quick. So, when Graydle Slime Jr. is normal summoned, he special summons a Graydle from the graveyard, and then he summons a Graydle from my hand, so long as the level matches the one that I summoned from grave. So that allows you to go for either a Sync 5 play or Sync 8 play for Graydle Dragon, which means you'll get 3 destructions rather than the typical 2 that you would get. So he's pretty helpful. I won a lot of the matches today because of summoning him. So he was pretty helpful, so I run him at 2. For the Kaiju play, we have the Super Anti-Kaiju Mech. So I don't use him too much for summoning conditions. It's more for comboing with the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. So summon him to the opponent's field, summon a Kaiju in my field, deal some damage. Pretty helpful. That combo actually saved me a lot today. Typical, so Gameciel. So we have Gameciel. I also run Kumongous, 1 Godarla, Radian. I run 2 of the Dogrins just because it's Dogrin. He's probably my favorite of the Kaijus.
Gonna push these up here a little bit.
Alright, sorry about that.
You're good.
Alright, and then we also have the Thunder King and Jizuriku. So about 1 each of the Kaijus, and then I just doubled Dugrin just because Dugrin, my favorite, love playing him. And then for even more fun plays, I do the Neospatian Grand Mole. So I have a little loop that I kind of do with him. I special summon a Kaiju to my opponent's field. Then okay, let's do this that way. So special summon a Kaiju to my opponent's field. Special to my field. Play Grand Mole, and then have Grand Mole bump these 2 back to my hand, and then attack directly with whatever Kaijus that I have. So that's a pretty fun play. It annoys a lot of people, especially when I loop it. Alright, so that is it for the monsters. Next we have the spells. We're still going strong with 3 of the Graydle impacts. Pretty fun card. You can at the end phase, you can add any Graydle from your deck to hand. Or, if you don't want to use that effect, you can target a Graydle you have and a card your opponent controls and destroy both. So that's pretty helpful. Nice card there. I bumped this down to only 1. Just because I don't really need to see it that much anymore, since the Graydles are doing a lot better now that they have Slime Jr. So that's at 1. So then we have 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers. That's pretty much just for kind of getting me out of tight pinches. I can destroy my opponent's monsters, and then we start over with a new board, which can be kind of annoying for them, but for me it helps because I don't have too much board coverage all that much. And then we have Kyoto Waterfront. This card, I really wish I would have seen it more today, but I actually did pretty well even without it. But pretty much every time a card goes to grave, it gains a counter, and it increases. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So you have not seen Kyoto Waterfront at all today, and the only time you've seen it was when you went up against the ABC matchup, but immediately it was taken away. Do you think that the field spell could have actually made a difference in any of your matchups, or was it kind of just like...
I mean, it can kind of go either way. I can either use it to start searching for the Kaijus, but I mean, more or less, it's kind of just a card to concern my opponents with, so they're focusing on trying to get rid of it rather than the monsters. But if they don't get rid of it, then I'm searching Kaijus and then tributing off their monsters.
Okay.
So it kind of goes either way. It's helpful, but it's not like I necessarily need to see it.
Okay, that also makes sense.
Yeah. Alright, so that's it for the Waterfront. And then, just for some fun, we got Upstart Goblin. He kind of helps a lot, gets me that draw. And then I do 3 MSTs. Now, why you might be asking me 3 MSTs and not Twin Twisters?
Exactly.
Graydles only get their effects when they're destroyed from field, or so I don't want to discard them. And Kaijus are better off in my hands to tribute your monsters. So I don't really want to do a whole lot of discarding. So I went ahead and did 3 MSTs, which will help me with the back row destruction, rather than just worrying about discarding, and then it's like, oh crap, I needed that monster. And so it's just a way of going around that, because I don't want to discard. Alright, so 3 MSTs. Alright, so next we have the traps. I run 1 Graydle Parasite. I used to run it at 2, but now it's only at 1 because it's not as important to get the Kaijus from my, or not the Kaiju, but the Graydles from my deck anymore. Just because I'm drawing into a lot of them. I'm going faster with the deck now. So this is kind of just a helpful card to get me out of a pinch if I need it. So that's why it's only at 1. Then we do 2 Graydle Splits. This card really helped me today. For attack boosting gains, it helped me stop my Blue Eyes player, because he tried to crash and banish the Return of the Dragon Lords to destroy mine but keep his. But because I played this, I had a 500 more attack point stronger monster now. And then on my next turn, I was able to tribute it off and go for Graydle Dragon. So that was pretty helpful today. Also making an appearance from Invasion Vengeance is the new card Graydle Combat. This card is an annoying card, and it's also a counter trap, so can't really stop it. What it does is when a spell or trap card or a monster effect targets exactly 1 Graydle monster, I can activate one of its effects. The first effect is the activation becomes Destroy the Monster, which Graydles, depending on what you're using, I can destroy it, or I can just simply negate the activation and destroy that card. So it's pretty helpful. Didn't see it a whole lot today, but the times when I did see it, it did get me out of some close calls. So it is definitely worth having. And then the last trap that I run is Kaiju Capture Mission. I don't use it more. I use it more for the bait for my opponents to destroy it, because when it's destroyed by a card effect, I get to draw 2 cards. So it helps with deck thinning, or if I need to use it, I can use it to switch the Kaijus I give to my opponents to face down defense. Alright, so that is it for the main deck. Alright, the extra deck has gone under a total redo. Alright, so for starters, I now run Sea Dragon Lord Gishelden. He can only be summoned with a tuner and a level 3 non-tuner monster, which works out perfectly since the new Graydle Slime Jr. is a level 2. So I can now bring out level 5 monsters with Graydle Slime Jr. and any Graydle monster. So that's pretty helpful. So now I got a 5. Because his effect is when a level 3 or lower monster goes to the graveyard, his attack becomes 3,000 until the end turn. Next up, we have a Stardust Spark Dragon. Pretty typical. Don't go into them too much unless I need to. Stardust Dragon, depending on who I'm facing, if they like to blow up a lot of their cards, can just revolve around that and stopping that. Of course, the triple Graydle Dragon. He is pretty awesome. You just keep looping with him and it just annoys. And like I said, now that you have Slime, for every Aqua monster that's used to summon him, you can target and destroy 3 cards your opponent controls. So since Slime gives you 3 Aqua monsters for summoning now, he can now target up to 3 and destroy. Also new to the deck, we have Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. Pretty obvious why I have him. He helps get me out of some type situations. Also new to the deck is Leo, the keeper of this sacred tree. So you might be asking, how do you summon Leo? So you use Gishelden and Graydle Slime. So you get that 5+5, which gives you your 10 for Leo. And obviously you play Leo just because it helps interrupt the opponent's plays. Alright, and last but not least, we have some XZ monsters. I run Lancelot, Pain Gainer, and the 7 Sins. I don't do a whole lot of level 8 plays, except for Graydle Dragon. But if I need to, I have them, and I can go into them to interrupt opponent plays. Otherwise, I don't really use them all that much. They're just kind of there for a safety net. But other than that, that is my Kaiju Graydles.
Alright, man, and thank you again for letting us see this deck again. And congratulations on the tournament win today, man.
Yep, some tough battles there.
Yeah, you went up against 3 of the possibly top of meta decks that are currently going on in the meta right now.
And they are definitely top meta, because I had to go to round 3 with each one of them.
That's a good fact that everybody at home should want to know. Alright guys, this is Jay Corbett of Team Sanctum. Be sure you like, subscribe to our channel for more information. Be sure to leave a comment if you guys want to see another deck, if you guys want to see one, if we have it, hopefully, because, you know, we're broke college students, well, except for me, and except for Johnny over there.
I was going to say,
but
I probably make more money than you do.
Probably more likely. Alright, this is Jake Corbett of Team Sanctum, signing out.